my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso on S3, now renowned as the country's top empowerment program for married women. Mrs. South Africa's continued popularity is a force to be reckoned with. And the newly crowned Mrs. South Africa, Tshego Gaelae, joins us to share her experience and the profound impact the program has had on her. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we welcome our new Mrs. South Africa.
Thank you so much.
You're telling me, your face is telling me that never gets old, and we are going to continue to heap applause and kudos.
I don't get tired of hearing it. It's a surprise every time I hear it. I think there's a trending picture of me on Instagram with my eyes going, oh, when the crown was being put on my head. So, yeah, I don't get tired of it.
It must be that, because this is massive. It's one of those things, I think the penny will probably only drop when you are fully engaged with what awaits. Because I know you think what you've done, and they do put you through your paces. I've seen the build-up. You've got to earn the right to adorn that, or adorn yourself with that sash. So before we look forward, let's look back. What was the most challenging and surprising part of this journey? Because I know it's different for everyone.
I think I'd say the most challenging was the juggle. The juggle between being a wife, a mom, an employee, Mrs. South Africa activities. And I think the one thing, maybe not surprising, that came out of it, but reaffirming for me, I've always secretly referred to myself as a phoenix. And I think it was very reaffirming for me to feel like the phoenix is still there, like the phoenix keeps going. The phoenix keeps rising, and just maintaining the resilience to keep going. I think that was one of the things that was really reaffirming in my journey.
That's incredible.
I love that, because there are so many young women who are waiting to be given hope. Don't wait for the hope. Let them burn you down.
Yeah.
Then I will show you the hope, because I will rise again.
Take it as a challenge. Take it as a challenge.
Wow.
When did you decide this is something I'm going to try? Is this something that you've always dreamt of, or was it a newly seeded, like a seed planted?
This was an incredibly newly, most random seed that was implanted in me. So I think about last year, I was starting to feel mundane in my routines, you know. I was starting to feel less challenged. It was starting to feel very boring.
Formulaic.
Yeah, for lack of a better word, you know. And I needed to find a challenge. I needed to feel like I'm a lot more purposeful than what I was feeling at the time. And my assistant actually is the one who said, hey, let's enter Mrs. South Africa. And I was like, that's rather random. Okay, let's do it. Let's see how far it can get me. And this is as far as it has gotten me.
What's your assistant's name?
Grace. Grace, this is for you.
Yeah, baby.
Chena, this is for you.
Yeah, baby, because lest we forget, you are a team. I like the way she said, let's enter Mrs. South Africa as a team.
And I really have to give her kudos, because she didn't just say, let's enter Mrs. South Africa and leave me there. Some of my content shots, she'd be there, encouraging me on what I should wear, telling me, no, your hair shouldn't look like this, your hair should look like that, let's fix it. And she's really, I have to give her kudos. I have to give her
Because we all need a Grace in our lives. So, I mean, we've got a couple of Graces in our mix here that keep us on the straight and narrow. I've got to ask, because your family see you as mom, and I would imagine that it's going to take a lot to shake that. Do they see you differently now? How have they reacted to this?
Sure, my child keeps reminding me, Mama, you're Mrs. South Africa. But he's 3, you know, and it's still very cute for him. He's still, you know. So yeah, my family still really holds me as the same, which I am so grateful for, because it's those things that you need to ground you and to remain humble. I was cooking the one day last week, and I just had feelings of, yes, this is me. This is just, you know, normal home life, normal Tshego, you know. And it was really good. I really love that my family still regard me as mom and as sister and as wife, it helps me to remain grounded.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And
need it, yeah.
definitely, I mean, you are in for a whirlwind of an experience carrying that sash and crown as Mrs. South Africa. I know one of the challenges for you during the entire process was finding that juggle and balance. Have you given any thought as to perhaps how this next year would be for you? It's a very loaded question.
Yeah, I think the thing about me is that I really enjoy staying busy. I enjoy doing more than just one thing. I intend to continue juggling. I don't know how I did it this year, but clearly it's possible.
Yes, it is.
When you need to, you got it, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly,
when you need to, you just have to. And I enjoy being a lot of things to a lot of people. Sometimes not so healthy, but it's something that keeps me going. And that's my plan for this upcoming year. There's a lot of things that I want to achieve. There's a lot of things that I plan to achieve. There's a lot of things that I want to get my hands on, and the plan is to get it done.
I like that. That's a good pitch. I like the drift towards politics in that space, because I think, and I've watched this moment with so many of the Mrs. South Africas, where there's almost 3 or 4 layers of reckoning. Where, oh, wow, I'm entering, I'm doing this. Okay, I'm no longer just at home, or I'm no longer in that mold. And it continues to kind of have these moments. And then you suddenly arrive at this platform where it's like, oh, wow, I can actually do something. As a South African, I can have all of these questions, I can have all of these challenges, and I can plug in and do something. What's the purpose behind it? What do you want to see shift for your fellow South Africans?
For me, I think what I really want to see a shift for my fellow South Africans is I've always wanted to see people doing better because they know better. In whatever instance it is, from whichever perspective it may be. And I think in the little bit that I can do as little old me, I have a YouTube page where I share legal nuggets, legal tips, just to try and educate people better on their legal rights. It's a small thing. I'm not a teacher, but I feel like whatever skills that I've learned, being an admitted attorney for the past 8 years, is something that I ought to share, you know.
Definitely,
I think when people know better, they do better, they're able to hold people accountable better. And that's my contribution, I think, to wanting better for my fellow South Africans.
Because so many of those kinds of mistakes you can't come back from.
You can't come back
If you don't have
from.
the resources, especially, you cannot come back from that.
Absolutely.
Best Christmas ever. What have we got planned? Or are the gifts already on the tree now? What's the vibe
The
this
tree
festive?
keeps getting more gifts. So this Christmas, I think I'm going to be homebound. I think there are a lot of people, a lot of friends and family that have wanted to reconnect with me. And I want to give them the opportunity to do that these holidays. I want to avail myself, and to also for me, because these are the people that have kept my journey going. These are the people that have kept my fire burning. And I just want to touch base and reconnect and mostly express my gratitude more than anything else. So this Christmas, I think I'm hosting Christmas lunch.
Well, now you've set it on national live TV, so it's done.
Expresso.
Sorry, girl.
Like you don't have enough on your plate already.
No, keep it coming, keep it coming.
Oh, well, it's been such an honor having you here. Thank you
you
for
so
joining
much.
us, and all the best for this next year ahead. We cannot wait to see the difference you'll be making.
Thank you.
I think, you know, we have so many young girls watching right now that will be able to see a part of their journey emulated in you. If you look back and maybe there is a version of yourself at a critical gateway that needed to hear something, I guarantee you there is a young girl sitting at that gateway right now wanting to go through but is too scared, maybe too intimidated, maybe too traumatized. Maybe you can look into that camera over there and give a message to all young South African girls.
I think my message would definitely be to remind you that you must dream. And not only must you dream, you must have an action plan towards your dreams. And also to remind you that your dreams are worthy of coming true. You are worthy of seeing your dreams come true. I think for the longest time, I started believing that winning is not for people like me. Having my goals achieved is not for people like me. It's not going to happen. It's unlikely to happen. Why would it happen? Oh, definitely not going to happen. And then it happened. So for me, it's to remind you never ever to give up. Never talk down on your own dreams just because you want to cushion the blow. Do it.
Yeah.
Dream it and do it.
I love it,
That's
ladies
why-
and gentlemen.
She's Mrs. South Africa.
Yes, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to ask you to stick around just a little bit longer because we love having you here. This is a phenomenal platform of empowerment. It's an opportunity for South African women to plug into a network, and that is the most exciting part for me. And the strategic network are going to change the country, even if they have to do it one incredible human being at a time. But it's here to be plugged into. So please reach out, look for your mentors, and get a little bit of this magic just for yourself.